Hello, everyone, and welcome to my show. I'm your girl, Melody Trice, and you know I'm all about living life unlimited. Well, my guests today truly have been living life unlimited, so you definitely want to stay tuned to this episode. After this break, we'll be right back.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. Talk with your doctor to create a treatment plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
So let's welcome Bubba Ganter to the show. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. It's so great to be here, man. Oh my God. You don't understand how happy I am to do your show.
Oh my God, you just made me feel super good because you know what? I appreciate it because seeing you on Game Shakers and making it happen on Nickelodeon, oh my God, that is so big. You know, really, how did that come about, you know, being on Nickelodeon and on Game Shakers?
Wow. I mean, it's one of them storybook stories, you know. First of all, not many people know that I was a professional bodyguard.
Oh, wow.
So my start in the entertainment business started as a bodyguard for New Kids on the Block.
Oh my God, I remember them.
So I toured with them for many years, and that was my start. So I did my first movie in '94 and just been plugging along, and I did Sam and Cat.
Wow.
Which was where Bunny from Game Shakers came on. So Bunny came from Sam and Cat with it was Kel Mitchell and myself, and we did an episode called PZB. So when Dan Snyder decided he wanted to do another show with Kel, they brought our characters over. So I've been Bunny for about 5 years now.
Wow.
And Kel was on the Game Shakers. He's Double G. So
Wow.
yeah, you know. So in the clip, I'm sure the clip.
Yeah, and I think about it, you know, Game Shakers and you coming from being a bodyguard to an actor. You know, how was the transition from doing that to literally being in the limelight yourself?
You know, I was fortunate. I say I was fortunate because I was with the biggest group in the world. You know, for like 3-4 years, it was nothing but New Kids on the Block who started the revolution of NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and 98 Degrees and all the other groups. So I was already prepared because I always felt that I should have been on, not that taken away from them.
Yeah.
They had their time, but I was like, I should be with them.
Yeah.
I should be, you know, that's where I'm going to be someday. So the transition really wasn't, the biggest transition came probably about 6 years ago. And being a bodyguard, I don't let people talk crap. So I was getting ready to handle something. And my agent said, nah, you don't do that no more. Let me handle it. And that's when that kind of just kicked in, like, wow, I'm sort of a celebrity. Yeah.
You a celebrity. And I think that's amazing, the fact that you're able, it's pretty much like you was really getting, like you said, getting prepared. And, you know, I'm all about life unlimited. You wasn't just limited to protecting other people. You was really getting prepared to be in the face of a lot of people already.
To know how to handle it. So I think I handled a lot of situations because I saw it to the extreme. I mean, I've done some everybody. I've been with, you know, not Dolly Parton was the very first person I did. Been with Milli Vanilli, Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue. You know, I've done so many people, so seeing how it was with them prepared me for when it was started happening to me. I was already prepared to what to expect. But, you know, there were still trials and tribulations throughout these years that I had to go through to get to where I am now. So.
Well, you know, I know you've done a lot of transitions. You're not just an actor, you know, you're also a director. You've actually took your platform to a whole nother level. Yeah. What really brought that about to say, hey, I'm more than this?
Well, you know, I have to say it goes back to my childhood. You know, when I was a kid, I used to sit when everybody else was outside playing. There was a time where I sat on my living room floor with my Star Wars figures and I would create scenarios and shows. As I got older, I started dressing the part. So it was like, my father was a firefighter, so when he would bring his fireman gear, his turnouts home, because he was an investigator, so he had extra set. I'd come home from school, I'm a drummer also, I would get my cymbal and I would use it as my steering wheel. I'd get the kitchen table, chair, steering wheel, and I would dress. I played Emergency 51s because I grew up in the 70s and the 80s. So Emergency 51 was my show with my father.
It was the bomb.
Yeah. So I would imagine that, and I would play and hold gear, and I would have scenarios. So being a creative, I've always had a creative mind.
Wow.
And I want to create. I want to be the one to create things that people enjoy. It's great. I love acting. I love it. But I want to be behind the camera where I'm creating.
Well, that really makes a difference because technically it was like you were created, to be who you are right now, that actor, that director, that writer, and the person given other opportunities because, literally that's what you do when you produce and direct, you're giving opportunities out.
Exactly. And that's a great way to look at it because I don't think a lot of people see it that way. I don't think a lot of producers or creators, I don't think they see it that way. And that's a great way to look. Or if they are doing it, they want something in return.
Yes.
And that's not me. That's not what I'm about. I was fortunate. I'm in a position that I can help people and put people in the spotlight and their talent. So that's why I'm saying I want to step from in front of the camera and come behind and there you can help other people. So I'm doing a workshop coming up in Atlanta with Giovanni Samuels, who is also another Nickelodeon regular. She was on all that. So we're partnering up and doing workshops now.
Wow.
So we're doing our first one in Atlanta and June 23rd, 24th, we'll be doing that. So,
wow. I think that's amazing what you're doing. I definitely want everybody, look, you guys, you stay tuned because after this break, we're going to talk some more to him because you're doing a lot of things. We'll be right back, y'all.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Wow, that's great. So now we're going to talk about the other part.
Yeah, I'm trying to be
This is what high blood pressure looks like. Talk with your doctor to create a treatment plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Right now, we are here with Bubba Ganter from Game Shaker on Nickelodeon. I am so excited to be having you here, and we was talking about so much. But one of the things that I do want to discuss, because a lot of people see the glory part of an actor and a director, but have you had any challenges during the process of being an actor and making it to where you are right now?
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing that I've gotten hit so much in these last 3 years. And it's like, I'm broke, right? I'm not. But it's like they think just because you get on the show, that automatically you got tons and tons and tons of money. But you start, there's levels. There's levels you go through. And Nickelodeon contracts are a little different than regular networks, so there's a little bit lower. And plus being support and main cast, it's still, there's a difference. So I wasn't hurting, but the struggle, they think we have money. So just because I did stuff before, things didn't work out. I didn't budget it right. And I ended up sleeping in my car. I went through a rough time in my life. You're trying to make it out here. LA is expensive.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't think that.
Yeah.
Because you have an agent, you have a manager, you have to pay for rent, you got to have car transportation, you got to have food to eat, you got to buy clothes, acting classes, and then you have publicists.
Before you even see that check, there's so much have came out of it.
Yeah.
Already. Like you said, agents, management, publicists, and stuff. It's all in the budget. So by the time you get your check, and plus they tax us almost 50%.
Wow. Oh my God.
It's like you get your check and you're like, what is this?
Okay.
But not complaining because I am in a position now to maybe teach somebody. Don't end up like I ended. So I did 8 months. I slept in the car for 8 months.
Wow.
And I actually left. I was like, I can't. I need to go regroup. So I went back to Arizona. I'm from Arizona.
Okay.
I went back to Arizona just to regroup and get myself. I turned down a role on the Mountain Family. I turned down a movie. I said I don't want to straddle the fence. I don't want to come do one thing and then be stuck.
You want to be full in it.
I want to be in and it has to be the right project. So when when Dan called me, or the casting called me and said Dan wanted to know if I was interested in reprising Bunny, it was the right move because it was inspiring kids. You know, it wasn't. I wasn't out there being a pimp. I wasn't out there being a gangster. I'm not out there being, being a molester. Any of that crazy stuff. It's something positive. And so it did its course. I'm happy now. It's time to move on.
When you say that, I think about, you chose the characters because a lot of times people are so ready to become famous, they just run into whatever character they can. Mm-hmm. So what do that mean to you with your brand to say, you know what, I'm not taking that just because it's just to say I'm on TV.
Right. Many people don't understand that as well. And that's the reason we're in the situation that we're in with the Me Too. Mm-hmm. Because people are so willing to do whatever. And it's like, my heart goes out to everybody. And it's not just women. There's a lot of men that they don't even talk about. Because I used to tell people, I'm sorry, I'm about to throw something out there.
Okay.
I used to tell people, the casting couch, we've heard about the casting couch from the beginning of entertainment business. Mm-hmm. But what people fail to realize, a lot of that casting couch was men.
Wow.
Being men, yes.
And that's true.
And it's true because it is an industry of freedom. Mm-hmm. That's the best I can put it.
Yeah.
It's an industry of freedom.
And people did, I met people who said, I had to compromise who I was to get to where I wanted to be, right. Not knowing that I really didn't have to, but that was the choice they made because they felt like,
right.
And I think that's too, that women, even though they're saying just women, I mean, it's literally men and children.
And it's sad, thank God I didn't have that opportunity. I've been hit on, but not from producers or anybody that could have did anything. Mm-hmm. But I've been hit on by people, by men. Mm-hmm. As soon as I came in the industry, I got hit on somebody that was twice my size. I was terrified.
Wow.
He was twice my size, and I'm 300. At that point, I was 6'3", 300 pounds.
Wow.
And I'm looking at this guy like, oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
So, I feel for the women that was in the position that felt that they had to do that to make it in this industry because you can make it in this industry without it. It takes longer, mm-hmm. and it's a lot of hard work. And I do want to point out, because I know we're running on time, I do want to point out, I got to give it to you because if you guys don't see it, but there is 3 women running these cameras.
That's amazing.
In this industry, and it's good to see that women are stepping up in the industry and doing more. They've been doing it. Mm-hmm. They've been doing it forever. I'm a certified editor as well.
Really?
On Avid, yes.
Oh, I tried Avid, but it didn't work for me.
And one of your best editors are women. Wow. I don't think because women, and it's not no slight, not trying to be a feminist. Women are more in touch with their emotions. So when you watch dramatic stuff, sensitive,
that makes
a lot
a
of time
difference.
Women. What's his name? Kill Bill, Quentin Tarantino.
Wow.
The editor he used all his life was a female. Wow. I don't know why I got on this, but I was just
but
giving kudos.
But no, that matters. That makes a difference because a lot of times people don't see that side.
Don't see it.
And I tell people all the time, you don't have to be in a rush unless you're ready to die. But if you ain't ready to die, you got a lifetime to become that person. Right. Like, you don't have to compromise who you are. Never. Even if it take time, you're developing who you are as a person. And to me, that's what it seemed like for you, because you say you went back and regrouped who you were and what you wanted, the values you wanted. And I commend you for doing that, for setting that tone, and then coming back, to Game Shakers on Nickelodeon where kids are looking up to you. Because you was with New Kids on the Block. Right. Those are kids. So you knew what it took. And I think that's so amazing. Well, before we leave, I want everybody to stay following you on your social media and following you, because you're just like doing so many things, and I can't wait to see these projects. You know what I'm saying? And all that good stuff. So can you let everybody know?
Yes. Where am I looking? Here?
You looking right there.
Yeah, so Bubba Ganter is just on Facebook and Instagram. It's just Bubba Ganter, BUBBAGANTER. And on Twitter, it's real Bubba Ganter. Somebody hacked me. But that's where you can find me. And I got things coming up, getting ready to direct a project that we want to pitch to Netflix. Got my own project that I'm writing right now and directing. Just moving, got to grind, got to stay grinding.
And we have so many platforms right now that you have you literally don't have no limits.
And I'm stepping in all of them. All them different I'm trying to step in on. Something's going to hit.
It's going to hit.
And,
it's a done deal.
But I just want to encourage you.
Wow.
You keep doing your thing, because right now, this is wonderful. It's amazing. I walked in and I was amazed. You keep doing it, because then one day, I guarantee you, we're going to see you on a national. Even though if you're region now, but you can't, I mean, besides the streaming. But I'm talking about you. You're going to be on you'll have a national show. Y'all don't understand the energy that she puts out every time I see her out at events, just the energy. And I was happy to come to do this.
Oh, thank you. Oh, my God. You just, he like about to make me cry. Oh, my God. I appreciate that, because it's confirmation, and to God be the glory. And I'm so grateful. And thank you so much.
Just keep speaking it.
Yes.
Keep speaking it.
Yes. Look, everybody, we'll be back after this break. Oh, my God.
I was like,
thank you.
I told you I'm a talker.
No, I appreciate that. That was, I needed that.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. Talk with your doctor to create a treatment plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Well, you know I'm all about Life Unlimited, right? And my next guest, he truly is living life unlimited. You know, you think about an editor with a magazine, and you think of a woman, but this young man, he has his own Untouchable magazine. So let's welcome Young Retro to the show. Welcome. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. It's so great to, just be here.
Well, you know what? I think about it. I mean, a magazine, you're not just the editor, you're the chief of staff and everything. So really, where did the idea come from to say, I want to start my own magazine?
Well, the idea came from basically, I'm a music artist myself as well. So back in 2011, I had got my first magazine feature as an artist. I said, wow, it was a big thing for me. And then it kept following and following and following. So within them 4 or 5 years, I was just in magazines and magazines and magazines. So I was learning the magazine business at the time when I was in college and stuff. And I had got probably in like big magazines, small, both. I didn't care which magazine it was in. I'm like, shoot, if it's a magazine, I'm finna be in it, whatever. And then I got to this point in my senior year. I was dealing with this one magazine, and I'm not even gonna really say it was a scam. I'm just gonna call it a lesson learned. Mm-hmm. So I had a lesson learned. It cost me $500.
Wow!
But for that lesson learned, I created my magazine. So I ended up because I had been featured in so many at that time. He didn't know that. I was like, wow. I paid $500 and this, and that. Didn't get my services. I said, you know what, man? I've been watching this for so long. I could do this myself.
Yeah.
And I was in college. I went to school for business management, so I got my BA. So I said, let me use that and utilize all my resources together.
Wow.
And so from that, like I said, lesson learned. I'm not going to call it a scam. From that lesson learned, out birthed Untouchable magazine, and I said, hey, I want my magazine to basically be there to support artists, support people, and make sure you get what you really pay for. You don't, you don't get gypped or scammers, and in the entertainment industry,
it's a lot of that happening.
Exactly, it's broad and it goes on all the time, 24/7.
And when you say that, about that you went through that challenge, and I think about the title of the magazine, Untouchable magazine. Technically, it's almost made me think about, you touch me, in the wrong way, but guess what? You can't touch me now because I'm untouchable. I have my own magazine. And that's what I think about, because you went from being an artist, doing your own thing, being featured, to giving that same opportunity to other people. So what did that feel like to say, you know what, I'm here for you and I want to put you on this platform?
Oh man, it just feels amazing sometimes, because it's like, I really don't know how much of a difference I make until that person tells me sometime. And like one of my last past issues, dude picked up the phone and started crying.
Wow.
He said, "Bro, I was not expecting this, man. Like you just like he was blessed. Like I'm just like I didn't know how to intake that. So I'm just like really like wow. Like I really touched this dude in a way that a spiritual way. And it just all touched him in so many ways, and it helped him. And I'm like wow. So just the fact that I can make a difference and help one person and keep helping and helping and helping lets me know that I'm doing something right, and that's my purpose in life.
Wow. And thinking about that, and making those moves, because technically you made a move that a lot of people are afraid to make that step, to have your own business technically. And as a male and a male of color in this industry, what do you think has been the greatest challenge for you of developing your company?
I would say the greatest challenge would definitely be financially, because having a magazine, everybody just automatically assumes you got all this money, you're rich, and this.
Yeah.
Which is great, but it costs money to make money at the same time. So it's like, you have to have financial resources and an investor or some, because you want to have your magazine or your whatever your platform is, whether it's a TV show, you want to have it reach broad stations and not just that one area. So financial is something that that's always going to be play a big role. And then we're in an industry where it's a favor industry. Sometimes you do a lot of favors.
Yeah, it's like barter.
Right?
Yeah.
You do a lot of like barter deals, and you meet a lot of like stars and on red carpets, and you do interviews. So sometimes you gotta get paid on the back end. Sometimes you have to learn how to make your money on the back end.
But it seems to me, even though I know you said it has been a challenge for you, from here and there, but it has not stopped you in doing anything. And I definitely want to talk about that, because you're doing a lot of things. I see you on the red carpet. You're doing a lot of things. So look, y'all, stay tuned, because after this break, we're going to talk some more to host, celebrity, you everything. He's everything. He's unlimited. We'll be right back.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. Talk with your doctor to create a treatment plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Right now, we're talking to magazine owner, Young Retro. One of the things I think about is the fact that you are really unlimited, and being on that red carpet, you are not just in front of the camera, but how do you maintain being in front and behind the camera and still managing to have your own magazine? Oh my God.
Staying up to 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
And never get no work done. And just working. Like really, sometimes I leave an event, go home, edit the stuff, put it all on my stuff, stay up to 6 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning. And nobody knows that but me,
And a lot of people don't know that. They see, like I said earlier, they see the glory, but they don't really know the story behind it, because they want what you're doing, but they don't know what all it takes.
Nobody's going to be staying up to 5, 6 o'clock in the morning 4 or 5 days a week doing this. Your heart has to be there. It has to be something you really want, So you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And I think about it when you say that too, when you say it's your purpose, because your purpose is something you do without getting paid for. It's something you'll stay up to 6 o'clock in the morning to do, because and that's why it's being so fulfilled for you. It's actually you're making it happen. Mm-hmm. So, when people look at your magazine, what do you want them to leave with? What do you want them to see when they look at your magazine? What the impression you want them to have?
When you first see it, I just want you to just be like, just amazed, just wow, flabbergasted, astonished, all them great words, like, all that, just amazed. And you know, I just want you to just feel untouchable. You have to you have to feel untouchable as well, you know. So be untouchable, feel untouchable, and after you get featured from Untouchable, you should be that new person now.
Wow.
You should be coming out untouchable, feeling like you can do anything you put your mind to.
Wow.
You can all your dreams and aspirations you have, you can do that.
Wow.
You know, and that's one of the reasons why I started the magazine, to show people you can do what you put your mind to.
Wow. And as a young man, I mean, you're young, you started this right out of college, your senior year, you know, and have done so much. So where do you see this going? Because you know, you have this platform, you're on the red carpet, you're a celebrity host, you're editing your own stuff, you have your own business. What is the next level for you?
Man, the next level for me is gonna be celebrity basketball games, us throwing them, award shows on every corner in the store, just, you know, just everything next level. Everything next level. It would be dope if I can get a, you know how they had the Playboy mansion? An Untouchable magazine mansion.
Yes!
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real. And that way I can have all my employees there and everybody there and, you know, working, and we can do shoots there and just everything. And so within the next 5 years, I just want to really, and even more so going back to that, because my main thing is, like I said, I want to, in the next 5 years, I want to be doing all them great things, but most importantly, I want to give back to my community.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. And my focus, my emphasis is going to be on foster youth. I really want to, like, you know, give back to the foster youth a lot and show them, hey, you guys, you know, you can do whatever you put your mind to. You know, you can you can start at the bottom and grow to the top, you know. So your past doesn't have to determine your future.
So when you go back home and people see you, you know, what is their impression of you now, knowing you out here in Hollywood making it happen?
Oh, everybody calls me a celebrity, a movie star, whatever. Oh, I see you in the road. You know, oh, you need to be one of them cars, or where's your guards at? Where's your?
Because they have this perception of what Hollywood is.
My whole every time,
Yes.
like my whole family just. When's the next thing coming out? When's the next thing?
Yeah.
When is this coming out?
And you know what? When you say that, I think about that. Actually, put a pretty much something on a person to feel like they have to meet those expectations of the people who's looking at them, because you're always having to, like, I gotta get this job, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, because they're looking for me to do this, you know? And you know, one of the things I see you doing, you're taking it at your own pace of making it happen. You set goals and you have executed those goals, and they have came to pass. So many blessings to you on everything you are doing.
Thank you.
And look, before we leave, I want everybody to stay following you on your social media and able to, you know, find out more about your magazine. So could you let them know?
So yeah, man, y'all can follow me on social media. My personal social media is The Real Young Retro. Y'all could also follow my company's social media. Instagram is Untouchable Magazine. You can Google it as well. It'll pop up, all that great stuff.
All that great stuff.
Yeah, so, you know, be all you can be.
That's what I'm talking about, because you are a true example, and that's one of the things I really want people to know, is that, you know, to be that example that you want in your life. If you want it to happen, and you be that example.
You got to be the change you want. You be the change you want to see.
Yes.
You have to be the change you want to see, and it's funny because, like I said, when you said the love I get back from home, so like. At first, I used to get all these doubts. Oh, he can't do that. He's not gonna be able to do it. And then when I started doing it and everybody started seeing it, everybody shut it up.
Okay.
And they were like, oh, this dude is really doing it. Like, oh, I can't say anything but congratulate him now.
Yes.
And now I don't get nothing but congratulations and handshakes and
Wow.
invite me to this event with you. Why don't you invite? What? You
I know.
saying I couldn't make it,
Okay,
man.
like, you're my motivation, right?
You right.
Yes.
So, you know, it really is my motivation. So
Well, I think it's great, and you know, and you have done so many amazing things, and we look forward to seeing him some more on these red carpets. So, you guys, I thank you so much for watching the Melody Trice Show. Thank you, Young Red Show, for being on this show, and Bubba Ganter, I thank you both for being on the show. Continue to live life unlimited, you guys. Continue to learn lessons from other people so that you too can live your life free and become who you are. Follow me on all my social media, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? Because we doing stuff amazing. Till next time, I'm your girl, Melody Trice. Bye-bye. You're welcome.